think we should talk to this gentleman
Yes,
here.
sir.
Yes, I'm 65 years old, and I was born in 1930. And you know what? Black people was a whole lot better off. His more of them finished school,
Yeah. Yeah.
and more of them had their own business because I lived through it. And then why should I'm 65 years old, and I can't read and write. How come that I get all the money I want ever since I've been here? I ain't never been discriminated against. Ain't no white man never discriminated against me. If he did, I didn't know nothing about it. I create a baby. I can create anything. I don't need the welfare to give me nothing. I don't need no formative action. I'm a man. I'm not no kid. And bell curve was right. You is useless if you ain't got something to take care of yourself. Why am I gonna go beg a white man for a job? How come I can't hire him? I'm an American. And I'm not a black American. I'm a Louisiana American. And I get my own business. How did the white man get his business? And the white folks help me. They've been helping me ever since I've been here, and we respect each other. And you gonna tell me that the worst thing ever could have happened to America was that Civil Rights March? That is the worst thing could ever happen, and you come along and you doing more than Jim Crow, hanging, and everything else, people like you. Because you were saying they need this. I don't care if they hang a mule up there. I am down here to get an education. I don't care about what you think of me. I don't need you to accept me. You don't have to accept me. I'm an American. And if I accept myself, you will. And you gonna give me a welfare check? How come you don't give me how come affirmative action don't get me a business?
Okay.
Do you understand what make a ghetto?
I bet you're thinking, Lord, I didn't have anything to do.
Do you think why is it a ghetto?
Let's get a response. Go ahead. Do you
The
understand?
question is, why is there a ghetto?
No, the question is, I know you think, oh my goodness, how am I gonna get out of here? What he's saying, and I agree with him. As a black man, it's a put down to give us something as though we can't make it on our own, just like the white man. The white man has to work hard. Yes, he has a little leeway because his folks have been owning this country for, ever since whenever. But he has to get up, he has to earn his way, he work hard, he disciplines himself, he do what it takes to make a life for himself. But with black men, liberal white people, some white people, and then those black people like the Jesse Jacksons and the Maxine Waters, all those kind of people, they seem to think there's something wrong with us, and they have to give us something because we're not able to stand up on our own 2 feet. So that's what he's offended, that he's looked down on as a man rather than, you understand?
I think I do understand, and as I said before, I have a lot of sympathy with these attitudes as they bear on how an individual lives his life or her life. I think it's very understandable if you live in this kind of system that we've created to just say exactly what our friend here has said, which is, I don't need you. Don't you just get out of my face. I don't want to have anything to do with you. I'm going to have my own life over here, and I don't want you coming in here and trying to intervene in my life. I understand it, but I guess what I'm saying is, first of all, not all black people do feel that way, and I guess it's really almost comes down to a matter of choice.
But you know why they don't? Because they're bums.
Well, just a minute. No, that's not true.
They
Wait a minute.
Babies, they don't want to work.
Oh, that is really stereotyping. There are a lot. Wait a minute. There are a lot of. Maybe we can agree on this. Let me put it this way. Wouldn't we all agree that there is not unanimity in the African American community on the subject of integration? Aren't some people in the African American community still looking toward the day that we're going to have unity and integration? And some of them are saying, who needs that? I'm just going to live my own life. Isn't it a split?
Yes, there is.
It is a split. And I guess what I'm saying is, if we were, because people have freedom of association in our country, they have freedom of association. I believe in that. It's a very precious right. People have the right to go off and be by themselves in some unstructured way. It's like our example at school. You can't make people have friends. You can avoid giving them a building and letting them take over the whole campus with their party that gets in everybody's face so that it permeates the whole system. But in terms of, can people hang around together? Absolutely. You can never do away with that right. And all I'm saying is, because we have the freedom to choose with whom we want to associate, we have to make it a real choice by being sure that black people who want to associate with white people, and white people who want to associate with black people, and those of us who want to be together in this country can be. You don't like white people, you don't ever have to come and see me. You don't have to have anything to do with me. But because I respect your feeling of wanting to be.
But that's not what he's saying.
But whatever it is, I completely understand it, and I think everybody gets that choice.
No,
but
that's
right
not what
now,
he's saying. What he's saying is that when you have a group of people out there trying to make his life easy by giving him something, he don't want that kind of thing.
Well, that's a different question. Now we've talked about how you have to open up the choice for integration so that those who want it can choose it. That's point one. Now the second point is, well, what do we do about things like welfare and I guess really, isn't it welfare? I mean, when we really talk about this, aren't we talking about welfare?
Affirmative action?
No, wasn't what was really bothering our friend here, wasn't it welfare?
Welfare, affirmative action,
Wait a minute.
liberals,
I don't
all
put
that stuff.
The whole civil rights
movement itself.
All of it, all of them preferences. Look, I don't have no animosity in my heart against no Caucasian, nobody. Did you know what? I'm glad that my background was like it were. Because you know what? I'm a man. I can get the same thing the Caucasian get. I got the same thing that he got. And it was just as many, it was more supposed to be black folks that was rich when I was young than it is now. They own something. And this is what's wrong. And after 64, everything went crazy when people like you and all of them Democratic congressmen and senators that passed civil rights law. Can you define civil rights? They said they're marching for the civil rights. I want to find out who got them. I don't need Martin Luther King to go get nothing from me. I'm mobile.
Okay,
I can go get what I need.
Time is going on. Give it to her. Can you define civil rights?
Civil rights is the process by which we try to make the Equal Protection Clause of the United States and fairness and equality for everybody a reality.
Are you shocked to hear this guy speaking this way?
No.
What do you think about what he's saying? When he said people like you, what does that mean to you?
Well, I think he's wrong. I do think he's wrong about that.
But what do you think he means when he say people like you?
I think that there was a certain comfort in separate and unequal. It was never equal. I understand that being all by yourself, walled off in a ghetto that you can't get out of, you can't go to school with anybody, you can't get out, you're just bottled up in there. I understand that there's a comfort to it in that everybody's kept there and everybody relates to each other, and there was a fabric in the black community in those years that is disturbed when people try to go out and blend. I understand hostility to that because it's just a matter of being able to imagine how it would feel. On the other hand, it is part of the pain of progress. I mean, we could not go on that way. That was a wrong, evil system, and it was not. We just could not go on that way.
Okay.
Here in front of me called Our Skin that has been endorsed by NACI. And I'm going to read exactly what this book says. You guys might find it interesting. A long time ago, way before you were born, a group of white people made up an idea called race. They sorted people by skin color and said that white people were better, smarter, prettier, and they deserved more than everybody else. This would be taught if we socialize our pre-K system. This would be taught.
Do you disagree with that findings in the book?
1,000%. How about we teach Jesus loves me? How about this? In teaching Jesus loves the little children, the lyrics go, red and yellow, black and white, they're all precious in our sight. Now, which one would you think would be better? I'll ask everybody on the panel, which is better to teach? This, that is a story that was made up to teach our kids, 3-year-olds who have no idea what race is, now all of a sudden is being taught that white people said this as a truth. Someone point at me that this being a truth, that white people developed race, that white people developed that all of a sudden that was our word that we developed. By the way, I'm Cherokee, Native American. I think we have experienced a little bit of racism before in my life, Chairman.
Senator Mullen.
So I ask everybody on the panel, which one is better to teach? This or the Jesus Loves Me lyrics? Ma'am, I'll start down here. Just tell me which one. I don't have time for an explanation.
What I'll tell you, Senator Mullen, is that what children in these early years develop their identity.
The question.
It's
the question is which
it's
one
important that our classrooms are.
I'm just asking which one is better.
Let her answer the question, please.
My question is this.
She will
which
answer
one
it
is
if she
better?
sees fit.
Which one is better?
It's important that children's identity and language and culture are recognized.
That's not answering my question.
And that's what creates strong executive function.
If you don't want to answer my question, that's fine. Let's move on down the panel. Which was exactly, that's exactly what it is.
Got it on tape.
Misspoke. So what I'm saying is which one is which? Which one is better to be taught, Mr. Chairman? Is it this, or is it the Jesus?
Is your question directed to me or Ms. Woman?
Well, you keep interrupting me, saying they're not answering the question.
Want to ask
and I
me the
wish
question?
you'd really stay out of
No,
the
no, no.
questions.
It's his question. He gets to dictate it.
Which
Not
one?
dictated. Ask the question.
Which one?
Talking to Ms. Woman, right?
Yes,
As I stated, Jesus is always first.
absolutely. I agree with that.
Most white women are not our friends. Like if you're a black woman, most white women are not our friends. Okay? When they do connect with us, it's often from a place of hierarchy, guilt, or pedestalization, rarely ever in solidarity, right? When they do connect with us, it's just to reinforce power, right? It's not from a space of partnership, and it's been this way since the plantation, right? Since slavery days, it's been this way. I want you to watch this video.
For the second time in 3 weeks, a black man who I am a colleague to has sent me a joke about how soft and nurturing and coddling white women are and how mean and harsh black women are in relationships. And I'm gonna tell you right now, if you're a white woman, don't participate in that. It's not funny. They're testing to see what you're going to do, what you're going to say. It is absolutely disgusting that they even think that it's okay to send me that. And it's offensive to me that they believe I'm going to laugh at the expense of black women. There's nothing funny about it. There are plenty of things that we can joke about, plenty of people that we can poke fun of. The last people who need to be the center of a joke are black women. And additionally, this is a pattern I've seen over years of black men married to black women who form a friendship with white women, myself, and then start finding a way to put black women down to get into the good graces of me. And that tells me everything I need to know about you as a man, you as a husband, you as your character, and not someone I want to be around, because I work very hard to be a safe space, to know better, do better, and the last thing I'm going to do is get involved in your fury.
So their power has always been connected to our dehumanization. So even today, when they try to stand with us, it's from a place of being our sympathizers or our saviors, rarely from just seeing us as equals. So their version of connecting with us and standing with us is being like us being someone that they can pity, them being someone who they can be superior towards, them centering themselves as like the moral one. Are y'all tracking that? While we continue to be positioned as like the one who's struggling, as like the struggle or whatever. And why do I say this? Her response is technically correct, right? It's the morally correct one, which is like, oh no, don't put other women down to get close to me. Still centering herself as the moral one. So much so that she can't realize that the true insult is to her. She can't realize that. Right? So it's in the verbiage. She's like, oh, don't put nobody else down to get into good graces with me. They're putting you down and telling you that you're easier prey. Okay? So instead of seeing it as, oh, I prefer white women, it's I prefer less resistance. Okay? But they can't see it that way. She's caught up in performing sisterhood. If you watch that video, and you actually took time to slow down and read the examples of the jokes that the black men were making with her about us, okay? What she got from that was, oh no, I'm not gonna help you laugh at black women. I have to be the good one, the morally just one. I stand with them. You're not gonna get to put down another woman. You're not gonna get to. It's like, girl, there's a bigger issue here. The bigger issue is not that he's putting us down. It's that he's putting you down. Yeah, he's putting you down. But because of their hierarchical, their superior mindset, they still see us as the butt of the joke. Their default is to see us as the one who's the struggle in this joke, right? You are the mockery when black men come to white women and say things like, oh, we really like white women because black women, yeah, they're too hard on us, or they're too loud, or they're too this, or they're too that, and they're not soft enough. But you're soft, and you this, and you're peaceful. And whenever that is the rhetoric, white women need to see that they are the butt of that joke. Okay, they're offending you. They're telling you that you're easier to access, that you are the weakest link. That's what they're telling you. But they cannot see that because they think and believe that they're superior to us. Okay? And if you are a white woman who supports my content, do not feel offended by my words, okay? If it doesn't apply to you, then it doesn't apply. I do know that there are women who are not of color who are able to actually stand with us in true solidarity and see themselves in us and not pity us or sympathize with us or whatever the case may be. I'm not saying that they don't exist, right? I'm talking about the majority of white women. That's what I'm talking about, the majority. Don't take it as a reason to feel offended or attacked, but rather take it as a teaching moment to figure out how you're going to connect better in the future, right? Self-reflect with what I'm saying. Don't take offense to what I'm saying. I remember one day there was this post of like I think it was like a Twitter post, and there was like men saying like, oh, they want to get them a white woman because something about like they'll build with you and they don't care as much about money. And the white women were in the comments like, we don't know what the hell you're talking about, but we want your money and we will leave you and we will take the kids, the dog, the house, the car, everything. They were defending themselves. They were like, we are not these weak, meek women that y'all keep on insinuating or keep on pushing the rhetoric that we are. We are not that. That's what I want to see. That's what I want to see. I want to see y'all defend yourselves when they make jokes about you. That's what I want to see, because that joke was not about us. They are talking negatively about you too. They're making jokes about you as well. Defend yourself. Don't sympathize with us. Defend yourself.
Thank you for watching those clips. As you can see, the black man destroyed the civil rights lawyer to her face because of the question she was asking about racism, about race, about ethnic, about background. Her question was pointing about discrimination against white from black and entire segregation, and why the black man was able to grab the mic, he schooled the white civil rights lawyer and let her know some of the things she doesn't know about the history and about the fundamental of American and the black in general. That is exactly what happened in this video. I would like to hear your perspective on this. Do you think the black man has done the right thing? Please do comment respectfully, and let's like and share this video with people and family. Thank you.